Ich mach mal
It's
Forschung.
not currently in bloom, but its bark and its sap are incredibly valuable to a number of different wasp species, including hornets. And we have seen a very large hornet this morning. Is it possible that there are giant hornets in West Virginia? I'm gonna catch one, and we're gonna find out.
Alter, was für ein
Mario, what is it that we know
Monster.
about hornets?
Heilige.
Well, we know that they're actually a type of wasp. In fact, all hornets are wasps, but not all wasps are hornets.
Oh, there's one. There's one flying
Mir
around.
juckt schon alles, ne?
Impossible to see on this small camera, but boy, are they big. So what they're doing right now is actually stripping the bark so that they can take it, chew it up, and build the walls of their paper nests. Oh, there's one, there's one, there's one. Man, they are all over these lilac bushes. They're higher up though. Oh man, here's one right here out in the sun on this branch. See it right here? Oh. Oh, I missed it.
Ja, wie,
Oh,
was?
they're angry.
Wie
Hold on,
haut
don't
der
worry.
denn da rauf?
Oh,
Ah!
I made him angry. Coming right at you. Look out. There's one. There's one. Here, take this, take this, take this. Moving up through the branches right now. I got it. I got it. I got it. Got it. I got it. I got it. Yes. Oh, I thought I missed it. I've got it. Check
Boah,
that
was
out.
für ein
Wow, that's a
Vieh.
big hornet. Yes. Here, let me give you this. Okay, we
Ey, das ist ja eine
have
Hornisse.
got
Das ist so,
what may
boah.
be West Virginia's giant hornet, but is it
Giant.
an invader?
Also große.
Okay, let me see
Sehr
if I can get it
große.
inside the bug capsule here.
Stech ihn, was?
Look at that beast.
Alter.
That is a very, very intimidating insect right there. All right, let's get this bug up into a controlled setting, properly identify and determine, is this an invasive murder hornet here in West
Alter.
Virginia?
Die sieht schon sehr brutal aus.
Here we are again. Coyote Peterson, sitting at a table with an EpiPen, a pair of entomology forceps, and a stinging insect inside of a container. It's a big bug, there's no question about it. It's a hornet, but the question is that an invasive murder hornet? Now in 2020, the giant hornet was supposedly invading the United States. I've been very vocal in saying that this is not likely to happen. And recently we also showed you another large flying stinging insect here in the United States, the cicada killer. That species is a sand wasp, and they're famous for killing cicadas, not humans. This right here is not a cicada killer. In fact, it is a true hornet, a very large hornet. Now, there are a number of different hornet species here in the United States, and like Mario said earlier, all hornets are technically wasps, but not all wasps are hornets. Now, if you were to go out into your backyard and see one of these things flying around, it sounds like an Apache helicopter. And I guarantee you're probably going to be thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, I saw the news stories, or I saw in Brave Wilderness that this is what a murder hornet is. It's got to be a murder hornet. Guys, it's not a murder hornet. It is a big hornet. In fact, the largest hornet in the United States.
Schon, Goku,
known
aber
as
ich
the
spiel's nicht mehr.
European hornet. Now, what's unique about this hornet species specifically is that it's one of the species that builds its paper nest above ground. Oftentimes, true hornets build their nests underground, but this one will collect the sticky sap from different trees, rip off pieces of bark, chew it up in its mandibles, and take it back to its paper nest to
Nur ein
continue
Bissokin?
building
Ich
that
will
structure.
ganze
Now, if
Nest.
you come across one of these nests, you do not want to try and destroy it. Don't spray it with spray. Don't try to light it on fire, because
Muss man
if
sich schon
these
merken, denn.
insects recognize that their home is being
Ganze Nest,
disturbed,
ja,
they will
ne.
attack, and they will attack with force. So what I want to do now is get this insect out of the plastic container and take a look at some of its more unique features. To do that, I'm going to have to get it in the net and pick it up with the forceps. I'm going to give it a little space on the back side there. Perfect. Now it's down into the lower section, and I can do this, which will cause it to walk up and into the net.
Ach so, ja, aber würde ich, glaube ich, nicht so wirklich
There we go.
Zeit für haben im Spiel.
Plastic container comes down, boom. Insect is secured. Look at that. Worked like a charm. These forceps.
Alter, da will ich meine Hände nie reinmachen.
The bug right on its thorax so that I don't injure its wings. It's a good hold right there. That is the European hornet. Perfect hold, right on the thorax, and boy, you can see that stinger going. Definitely not an insect that you would want to be stung by. Well, let's take a look at some of the coolest anatomical features of this hornet. It has a very robust body structure, and its exoskeleton is incredibly strong.
Dieses Hinterteil
I'm
einfach
not
wie
causing any injury to the
vibriert.
bug as I hold it inside
Also
of
nicht
these
vibriert, sondern
entomology forceps.
pulsiert.
And the
So.
head is massive. Big eyes. These creatures have great eyesight, especially during the day. You'll notice those mandibles up front are very intimidating, capable of grasping and holding onto the prey items that they bring back to their brood of larvae. As you look at the legs, they almost appear as if they have grappling hooks on the ends of them. That allows them to pick up things like grasshoppers and cicadas to carry them back to their nests.
Sieht aber
Also
schon
allows them to
faszinierend aus,
easily
oder?
grip onto the branches as they're crawling around in trees,
Auch wie
eating
sie
up sap and
Ich finde es sehr interessant, wie so der Oberkörper und dann der Unterkörper und dann diese extreme Lücke da in der Mitte, ne? Das sieht sehr, als ob die einfach durchgeschnitten wurde. Sehr krass aus.
stripping bark. Now look at that abdomen. If you look really closely, you can see it's covered in a bunch of fine little hairs. And look at the way that it pulses. That's pretty intimidating. And that black and yellow coloration basically is a warning that I am venomous. You don't want to get stung by me. And this is actually a female. Remember, it's only the females that have stingers. That is
Natürlich ja nur die Weibchen wieder. Wow, Alter, die Insektenwelt ist ja richtig
a
brutal.
modified ovipositor used for laying eggs. Now the sting
Bei Mücken ist es
of a
so,
hornet
bei denen
like
auch.
this
Okay,
is definitely
Weibchen sind Teufel.
ranks as a 2 on the insect sting pain index. And it would be a multitude of stings that you would really need to worry about. A single sting is not likely to do you much damage, but this is not necessarily an insect you need to be afraid of. Remember, they are not going to attack you and sting unless you intentionally disturb a nest. And the nests are very obvious. They're very big, light gray in coloration, looks like a big paper mache art structure. So if you leave the nest be, your chances of interacting negatively with one of these hornets or a bunch of these hornets is very unlikely. Admire it from a safe distance, and it's actually a pretty cool sight. All right, now I know you guys are all excited.
Ja,
You're
mach mal
thinking, all
jetzt.
right, Coyote's got the insect in the entomology forceps.
Wie leidest
He's
du?
gonna stretch his arm out on the table, place
Und jetzt
it
wirst du
down on his
leiden.
forearm,
Ja.
and induce a sting.
Oh mein
I
Gott.
told you guys, after the cicada killer, I was done with stings. I came out of retirement for one and only. That was the cicada killer. The European hornet, I am not going to be stung by. So I'm sorry to disappoint all of you that clicked on this video to see me stung by this hornet. The purpose in catching it was to show you just how big and how cool it was, and to
Wow.
also prove that this is not an invasive giant hornet. This is not the murder hornet that you guys have been reading about in the media. You can't believe the hype. In fact, humans have been living alongside stinging insects since the dawn
Wow.
of mankind. These creatures do not want to sting us unless we try to interact with them or destroy their homes. Now, the last thing I'm going to do to prove that this insect does not want to sting me is to actually place it into the palm of my hand and let it fly off back into the ecosystem. I'm Coyote Peterson. Be brave. Stay wild. We'll see you on the next location. It often seems as if there are countless stinging insect species on the planet. And I know the Coyote Pack would love another run at me finding something that packs a more painful punch than the Executioner Wasp.
Dafür hat er es erst recht verdient.
Nothing is impossible, but for now, as promised at the end of our recent Cicada Killer episode, I will remain in sting retirement. But as you may have noticed, I haven't taken beastly bites off the table for consideration. Stay tuned, things are about to get crazy. Hey Coyote Pack! If you missed my last sting, make sure to go back and watch Stung by Cicada Killer. And if you want to learn more about my famous bites and stings, check out 2 of our best-selling books, The King of Stings.
Nee, ich will das jetzt sehen, wie du leidest. Was soll denn das? Er hat jetzt die Folge verarscht. Was soll denn das? Trollolololol hier. Gibt's ja nicht. Ist das die Folge? Ich habe keine Ahnung.